I thought 5 years of long-distance love could last until marriage. I didn't expect that on my 26th birthday. My boyfriend Jack Anderson handed me a breakup gift. He immediately turned around and announced he was with his boss's daughter. When my dad was critically ill, he blocked me. I knelt and begged him, but he just said, "I'm tired of seeing you cry." To see him one last time. My mom fainted from the shock of his wedding invitation. On my way to the hospital, I got in a car accident and lost one of my eyes. I hated this jerk so much that I put my life on the line for my career. I became a famous jewelry designer and told the world I would never forgive him. But who could have guessed? 2 years later, he was dying, and I found out everything was just a show he put on for me. In the 5th year of our long-distance relationship, I wanted to get married, but he suggested we break up. Shui, we've come too far. Let's just end it. When I heard the word, break up, I froze in place. The ring I had prepared couldn't be taken out anymore. We're breaking up, Jack Anderson repeated. Shui, we've come too far. Let's just end it. The world went silent around me. After a few seconds, I came to my senses. Why, haven't we been fine? He turned his head and looked out the window. That's what you think, 5 years of long distance. No one can handle it, I anxiously explained. I've already talked to the company. Next year I can transfer to the branch. We'll be closer. Jack Anderson shook his head, interrupting me. It's too late. I don't want to continue. His voice was calm and cold, like a stranger. Tears welled up in my eyes, but I held them back. Had he fallen out of love? Or was he just tired? At that moment, the waiter brought over the birthday cake and prepared to sing happy birthday. Go away, Jack Anderson spoke coldly. The waiter paused, then seemed to understand, and hurriedly pushed the cart away. Don't contact me again. Jack Anderson didn't look at me again. He turned and left decisively. I quietly stood up and took the high-speed train back home. I couldn't stop crying all the way. I had planned to propose to him on my 26th birthday, but instead, I received a breakup gift. Before I even got home, I got a message. Lily Anderson, did you break up with Jack Anderson? He just announced he's with another woman. I froze. My trembling hand opened his social media. 2 minutes ago, he posted a photo. In the background was the Ferris wheel I had always dreamed of, and he was in the photo with a girl, celebrating our first day together. Many mutual friends liked the post. Brother Shu, finally accepting little junior sister. Congratulations to you both. Sweet couple, handsome man and beautiful woman. A perfect match. At that moment, my phone kept buzzing with messages. Lily Anderson, weren't you supposed to spend your birthday with Jack Anderson? Did he cheat? No way. You guys have been together for 5 years. We were waiting to drink your wedding wine. You shouldn't have done long distance. But it's not his fault. You were too focused on work. I didn't reply to anyone, but my heart ached, almost breaking. It turned out, Jack Anderson didn't stop loving me. He just fell in love with someone else. He wasn't tired of me. He just wanted something new and exciting. I collapsed on the couch, staring at the photo wall in front of me. The wall was filled with pictures of us. In the amusement park, he held cotton candy and teased me. On the beach, he carried me in the sunset. In the library, he secretly held my hand under the table. So many memories flooded me, drowning me instantly. I remembered the night he confessed, with the pink moon hanging in the sky. He was nervous, his palms sweaty. Shui, this is for you. A pink crystal pendant like a full moon, glowing in the moonlight. People say the pink moon is a good omen. I think it's cheering me on. His eyes were burning with intensity. Shui, from now on, every year on this night, it'll be our anniversary, okay? I nodded with joy. For 5 years, even if we were busy, we always video called each day. When I was sick and had surgery, he took time off to take care of me, even when it meant doing everything for me. When my grandmother passed away, he attended as the future grandson-in-law and helped with everything. When my dad's business was going bankrupt, he gave all his savings to help my family. He was truly so good to me. I stayed in Seaside City to work better. For a jewelry designer, this city was perfect. And he worked for a state-owned enterprise here, a stable job, which was his dream. We each had our own goals and silently kept our long-distance relationship going. Until last month when he got sick. I was scared. I rushed there overnight, but he smiled and waved it off. I'm fine. You don't need to come. I clearly saw his pale face, sweating coldly. Later, after some thought, I made a decision. I asked my company to transfer me to the branch office, to be closer to Jack Anderson. I even mustered up the courage to surprise him. I was going to propose, but I never expected. I don't love you anymore. I'm too tired. Let's end it here. His voice echoed in my ears. I curled up, burying my face in my knees. So cold. Memories are sweet like candy, but now, that candy is wrapped in poison. Swallowing it bit by bit, it tore me apart. One sleepless night, in the morning, my eyes were swollen like walnuts. Then my mom called. Lily Anderson, your dad had an accident. A brain hemorrhage. Hurry and bring Jack Anderson back home. I froze, trembling and stammering. I'll be right there. Remember to bring Jack Anderson. Your dad has something to tell him. My mom's voice choked up here. A bad feeling rose inside me. Was my dad about to pass away? I didn't have time to explain to my mom. Grabbing my luggage, I rushed to the high-speed train station. Along the way, I kept calling Jack Anderson, over and over. He didn't answer. I was desperate and could only pray in my heart. Finally, after who knows how many calls, he answered. Jack Anderson, my dad had an accident. He's in the hospital. Can you come with me to see him? There was a silence for 2 seconds. Then his voice sounded disdainful. Lily Anderson, I didn't expect you to be this kind of person. I was taken aback, confused. To hang on to me. You actually cursed your dad. Where's your conscience? I hurriedly explained. No, it's true. My mom just called and told me. Jack Anderson impatiently interrupted. Enough. Even if your dad is really sick, I'm not a doctor. Why should I go? Lily Anderson, if you keep this up, I'll contact your parents and tell them we've broken up. No, I begged him, my tone humble. My parents always saw you as their son-in-law. Now he's critically ill. He probably wants to tell you something. Please, just go see him. I'm not asking you to be responsible. Jack Anderson sneered. Are you asking me to pretend for you? To deceive someone who's dying? Lily Anderson, I can't do it. He hung up directly. My heart sank. What should I do? Helpless. I went to the hospital alone. When my mom saw I was alone, she panicked. Where's Jack Anderson? Why didn't he come? I lowered my head and reluctantly lied. He had to go on a business trip. He couldn't make it. My mom sighed. Helpless. Forget it. Hope your dad can hold on a little longer. I finally saw my dad. His lips were crooked. His whole body slumped on the bed. Half his body couldn't move. Shui? Jack Anderson, you two stay together. Tears poured from my eyes. I didn't know what to say. That night, my dad was sent back to the ICU. Standing outside the ICU, I supported my mom. Both of us in the dark. My mom took my hand, speaking sincerely. Your dad, the one he couldn't bear to leave behind, was you. Fortunately, Jack Anderson treated you well. If you two were happy, he would have no regrets. I lowered my eyes, not knowing what to say. I was afraid that if I spoke, it wouldn't just be me whose heart would break, but two old people. How could I bear to add to their burden? 2 days later, my dad passed away. My mom cried so hard it broke my heart. Has Jack Anderson not come yet? Shouldn't he attend the funeral? My heart trembled. I had lost my father. I couldn't let my mom worry anymore. I clenched my teeth. Called Jack Anderson again. No one picked up. I sent him a message on Instagram but saw the red exclamation mark. He had blocked me. Coldness rushed through me. I couldn't believe it. The person who used to be so good to me had changed so suddenly. A surge of resentment and anger rose within me. I decided to go find him. The door opened, and Jack Anderson furrowed his brows. What do you want? I looked at him, tears welling up. Jack Anderson, I know you don't love me anymore, but my dad passed away. Can you attend his funeral, at least for the sake of our past? My mom has been asking about you. Jack Anderson froze, clearly not expecting that my dad had really passed away, and his eyes reddened. After a few seconds, he looked at me again. Sorry, even if what you're saying is true, I can't go. I was shocked, and instinctively grabbed his arm. Why, after 5 years, you break up just like that, and you won't even help with this? Love? He sneered. Lily Anderson, wake up. Love is the most useless thing. He took a step forward, looking down at me. I've made it clear. I don't love you anymore. How could I attend a funeral as your boyfriend? Don't make things hard for others, okay? Jack Anderson, please. My mom can't handle this. I reached out to grab his sleeve. He jerked back a step, avoiding me. His eyes filled with more disgust. Lily Anderson, have some dignity, will you? Dignity? Do I still have dignity? My legs went weak. Thud. I knelt in front of him. Jack Anderson, when I beg you, if not for me, then for what my parents did for you. I grabbed his pant leg, like a dog wagging its tail begging for mercy. Jack Anderson's body stiffened for a moment. A flash of pain crossed his eyes. Then it quickly turned back to cold indifference. He slowly but forcefully pulled his pant leg from my hand. Do you know? Now when I see you cry, I don't feel sorry. I actually feel disgusted. Hearing this, I stood frozen. Suddenly, a soft voice came from inside. Brother Shu. Who is it? The girl rubbed her sleepy eyes, as if just waking up. I froze, seeing her in Jack Anderson's pajamas. You too? Are you all ready? Jack Anderson hugged the girl and smiled. Let me introduce my new girlfriend, Leah Adams. She's my junior sister, also the daughter of our company leader. She's younger and prettier than you, and can help me rise to the top. What do you think? Should I choose her or you? I shook my head in disbelief. No, you're not this kind of person, Jack Anderson sneered, cutting me off impatiently. Looks like you don't understand me at all. Any man would make the same choice as me. Lily Anderson, stop deceiving yourself. Let's go. He didn't even look at me and slammed the door behind him. I knelt there, as if all my bones had been taken out. The world spun, blurry. Only humiliation and coldness remained. I made up a bunch of excuses to calm my mom down and take care of my dad's funeral. Mom, why don't you come live with me in Seaside City? We could keep each other company. My mom shook her head. You and Jack Anderson are supposed to be together. It's inconvenient for me to go. Once you have a baby, I'll come help you. Listening to my mom's eager hope, I covered my mouth and suppressed the tears. My mom seemed to notice something and looked at me in confusion. Shui, what's wrong? Did you and Jack Anderson argue? I gently shook my head and wiped away the tears in my eyes. No, I'm just worried about you being alone. My mom hugged me and patted my shoulder, not asking further. A week later, I returned to Seaside City, but the doorway was piled with delivery boxes. It turned out, they were sent by Jack Anderson. I recognized every single one. On top was the gray scarf I'd knitted late into the night. The stitches were crooked, and he used to laugh saying it was the warmest scarf in the world and that I should wear it every winter. Underneath was the ceramic mug we bought in an old town during our first trip together. The cup had our initials carved into it, and he said it was for drinking coffee for the rest of our lives. Now, all the memories we shared were returned like a pile of unwanted trash. After drinking a bottle of wine, my heart was still unsettled. I used a burner account to check Jack Anderson's social media, hoping to find some traces of the past. But sadly, Jack Anderson had deleted everything, leaving no trace behind. How could he do this? Turning away so decisively. Jack Anderson, you bastard. I hugged my knees, crying over and over. 2 weeks later, my best friend Lila Rodriguez called. Her voice was full of concern. Lily Anderson, how are you? I'm fine. I pretended to be calm. Fine? I already know. Jack Anderson is a bastard. Lila Rodriguez cried in anger, then hesitated. Lily Anderson, there's something. I don't know whether to tell you. What is it? At this point, what else could I not handle? Lila Rodriguez's voice became agitated. Jack Anderson and Leah Adams just announced they're getting married. Their wedding is tomorrow. My heart sank immediately. So fast. Less than a month after we broke up. He's getting married. It seems like they've been together for a long time. Lily Anderson? Lily Anderson? Are you okay? After calling my name a few times, I finally came back to my senses. I'm fine, Lila Rodriguez said angrily. Forget about that jerk. Tomorrow I'll introduce you to some hot guys. Each one 100 times better than Jack Anderson. Or my brother. He's really nice. Hearing Lila Rodriguez's rambling comfort, I barely calmed down. I really am fine. Now, besides work and my mom, nothing else matters. As soon as I finished speaking, a new call came in. It was my mom. Her voice on the other end was filled with crying and worry. Lily Anderson, why is Jack Anderson marrying someone else? He sent me the wedding invitation. Boom. It felt like a thunderclap in my head, and I froze. Jack Anderson, why are you provoking my mom, knowing that she just lost her husband? I clenched my fists, trying to hold back the tears in my eyes. Mom, this is a long story. My mom was silent for a few seconds, then realized I had acknowledged the breakup. No wonder. He wouldn't come to see your dad, not even attend the funeral. What will you do now? I hurriedly reassured her. Mom, I'm fine. I'll be okay. I'll meet someone better. Suddenly, a heavy thud was heard on the other end of the phone. Mom? 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 I shouted in panic, but there was no response. I immediately dialed 120 and rushed out to take a taxi. The doctor returned my call. Your mom fainted from shock. She's been taken to the hospital for treatment. I barely calmed down and kept urging the driver. Please hurry. The driver, aware of my situation, comforted me. Okay, miss. Don't worry. I'll go as fast as I can. It was already late at night, and as the car turned a corner, a truck came speeding straight at us. Bang. A loud crash. Everything went black, and I passed out. When I woke up, I was in the hospital. my eyes in excruciating pain. My mom's trembling voice was crying beside me. Lily Anderson, my poor daughter. I opened my eyes, and through the glass opposite me, my vision instantly cleared. I saw my left eye wrapped in thick gauze, and my right eye looked horribly bloodshot. Mom, what happened to me? My mom hugged me tightly, full of guilt. Your eye was scratched by glass. Your left eye was removed. My mind exploded, and I froze. At this moment, my phone kept popping up messages. Lily Anderson. Jack Anderson is getting married. In the picture, Jack Anderson had his hand around Leah Adams's waist, their faces close, kissing. The phone slipped from my hand, and the screen cracked, like my heart, not because of sadness, but because of anger and regret. Jack Anderson. In this life, I will never forgive you. 2 days later, I needed further surgery and the installation of a prosthetic eye. I was just being wheeled into the operating room when the anesthesia began to take effect, and my consciousness started to blur. Suddenly, there was a flurry of hurried sounds in the hallway. Make way. Emergency patient. Neurosurgery. Prepare. The voice was very close, seeming to pause right at the door. Jong, hold on. I think I heard the name, Jack Anderson. I strained my head toward the sound. The stretcher came quickly, carrying a person. That face. The jawline, it looked so familiar. Wasn't he supposed to be on his honeymoon with his new love? Why was he here? No, it's impossible. I must be hallucinating from how much I hate him. At that moment, the man on the stretcher slightly turned his head. It felt like our eyes met. It was him. That deep, complex gaze, full of panic. I was about to look more clearly when the man on the stretcher grabbed the white sheet and quickly covered his face. At that moment, the anesthesia took full effect, and I reluctantly closed my eyes. When I woke up, I still couldn't stop thinking about that gaze. I went to the neurosurgery department to inquire, but Jack Anderson's name wasn't on the patient list. I bitterly smiled. God, it's still so unfair. The surgery for my left eye prosthetic was very successful. The doctor said that after some time to adjust, the appearance would hardly be noticeable. Good. This eye won't shed tears, nor will it have any emotions. It's a perfect match for my dead heart. On the last day of my hospital observation, I slowly walked alone in the garden downstairs, adjusting to the slightly different vision and balance. Then, I saw him. Jack Anderson. He wore a hat and scarf, looking frail. He seemed to be holding some documents. His head lowered as he read. Suddenly, a woman's voice rang out behind me. Lily Anderson, you followed me here? I turned around to see Leah Adams. Jack Anderson also heard. He turned his head to look at me, his pupils contracting, his face showing an unexpected shock. I pointed at my hospital gown and said calmly, I'm the patient, so who shouldn't be here? Jack Anderson curled his lips into a mocking smile. Tisk, you really are persistent. To follow me, you even had to disguise yourself like this. I clenched my fists in anger. Jack Anderson, stop pretending. Do you think I want to see your disgusting face? Jack Anderson's face paled slightly, but he sneered and interrupted me coldly. Lily Anderson, once it's over, it's over. Stop trailing me like a scorned woman. It's ugly and shameless. Shameless? His distorted words finally triggered my anger, and the long-held pain, grievance, and hatred erupted like a volcano. Who's shameless? Jack Anderson, you cheated, you betrayed me, you threw me away like trash. I stepped forward, my vision blurred from the excitement and discomfort in my left eye, but I glared at him fiercely. My mom saw your wedding invitation and fainted. Hospitalized. I pointed to my left eye. This eye? It's gone because of you. All of this is your fault. I shouted, tears uncontrollably streaming from my right eye. Jack Anderson's body swayed slightly. He looked at me, his lips moving as if showing a trace of pain and sorrow. At that moment, Leah Adams stepped forward and blocked him. She spoke coldly. Your mom's hospitalized. You had an accident. What does that have to do with Jack Anderson? Did he drive the car that hit you? Lily Anderson, don't blame your stupidity and bad luck on others. At that moment, Jack Anderson's eyes regained their indifference, and he gently held Leah Adams, looking at me disdainfully. Lily Anderson, everything about you no longer concerns me. No longer concerns me? Those 4 words made my rage boil over. All my reason burned away in that instant. I raised my hand and, with all my strength, slapped his face. Smack. Jack Anderson's face turned away from the impact, but he didn't dodge, not even raising a hand to block it. Finally, he slowly turned his head back, his face blank with coldness. Are you done? Feel better? Once you're done, get lost. Don't ever appear in front of me again. He didn't look at me again, and turned away. Holding Leah Adams, I stared at his retreating figure. speaking loudly, word by word, "Jack Anderson, I hate you, wait and see, you bastard, what goes around comes around." Jack Anderson's steps faltered for a moment, but he didn't turn around, just walking further away. After being discharged, I took my mom back to Seaside City. I blocked everyone connected to Jack Anderson, disappearing from the sight of all my classmates and friends. I threw myself into work, like a machine that never tires. The designs I created were no longer smooth, graceful curves, but sharp, broken lines, just like my heart. For the design competition, I submitted my piece, Ruins, Life, which was filled with a sense of destruction, bondage, and the power of struggle. Strangely, it had a powerful impact that spoke directly to the heart. When the results were announced, I smiled victoriously. The applause from the audience was deafening, and I heard the judges' comments. In the ruins of destruction, we see the powerful, unyielding force of new life rising from the earth. This jewelry series sold very well. Women who had suffered in love and urban elites pursuing independence seemed to find resonance and release in my designs. Later, I rented a small studio and named it Quench. Like a phoenix rising from the ashes, reborn through fire. 2 years were enough to change many things. Quench moved from a 30-square-meter studio to a bustling commercial area. My name, Lily Anderson, was no longer just that poor, abandoned ex-girlfriend, but a rising, independent jewelry designer. Today, I had an interview with an editor from a famous fashion magazine. "Miss Chen, you won first prize again in this competition. What was the inspiration behind your creation?" I smiled calmly. "I have to thank my ex-boyfriend, Jack Anderson. His hurt gave me the inspiration to create, but I will never forgive him." As soon as I said this, the reporter caught the scent of gossip and immediately pressed on. "Can you elaborate? Do you have any messages for Mr. Zhang?" I looked at the camera, my gaze burning, still unable to hide the hatred in my eyes. "I thank him for wasting 5 years of my youth, cheating behind my back with another woman. I also thank him for refusing to attend my father's funeral, for sending wedding invitations to provoke my mother, causing her to fall ill. If not for my mom, I wouldn't have gotten into a car accident, and I wouldn't have lost my eye. I say all this to tell thousands of women, pain won't defeat us. It will only make us stronger, more determined. Love may deceive you, but work won't. We must live beautifully, live brilliantly." This is the philosophy of Quench. In an instant, Quench gained greater exposure and support, symbolizing the strength of the new generation woman. On the screen, Jack Anderson sat in a wheelchair, watching my interview. "Sorry, Lily Anderson." He could only say it in his heart, unable to say it face to face. Jack Anderson's eyes welled up. He looked out the window, silent. The moon was still the same moon, but people, no longer the same youth. A few days later, the Met Gala charity auction began. I attended as one of the sponsoring designers, dressed to the nines. My new collection, Eclipse, had just been auctioned for a high price. All proceeds donated to fund children with brain cancer. Suddenly, a girl approached me from the crowd. I froze, suddenly recognizing her. It was Leah Adams, Jack Anderson's wife. Leah Adams held a glass of wine and spoke hoarsely. "Miss Chen, can we talk?" I straightened my back, my face cold as frost. "What's there to talk about?" Leah Adams grabbed my arm, her eyes misty. "Don't you want to know about Jack Anderson's current condition?" I shook off her hand. "Indifferent. I have no relationship with him anymore." Leah Adams sneered, full of contempt. "No relationship? You mention his name in the media, tarnishing his reputation to boost your brand. Didn't you think about how this might destroy him?" I coldly smiled. "I'm speaking the truth. If I'm lying, you can sue me for defamation." Leah Adams squinted, staring at me for several seconds. Suddenly, she smiled bitterly. "How great. How the two of you have ended up like this. Truly tragic." I didn't understand what she meant, but I didn't owe her any further conversation. As I turned, Leah Adams shoved a piece of paper into my hand. "He doesn't want you to know, but I can't stand it." I didn't understand her meaning, but when I opened it, it was a medical report. Brain cancer? Jack Anderson? Leah Adams's eyes filled with tears. "He was diagnosed 2 years ago. The surgery didn't go well. If his chances of survival weren't so slim, he wouldn't have had the heart to break up with you." My mind exploded, and I couldn't process it. Why? Why didn't he tell me? Leah Adams looked at me, stunned. "He lied to you, and used me. He begged me to help him act. Our living together was fake. The wedding was fake. We never even registered. After the wedding, he fell ill and was sent to the tumor department. His only request was that you couldn't find out." My understanding was completely shattered. So everything he did was to make me leave? He didn't want to drag me down? No wonder I couldn't find his name in neurosurgery. He had been in the tumor department. I trembled as I looked at the medical report. After a long time, I found my voice. Where is he now? Leah Adams sighed. At the hospital. His condition is very bad. It could be just a few days. I couldn't listen anymore and rushed out. Leah Adams must be lying to me. Jack Anderson, that bastard. How could he be sick? He must have joined forces with Leah Adams to deceive me, just to see me humble again. I had to find him. I had to tell him. I'm doing fine now. I'm fine. Stay alive. Watch me be proud. Watch me shine. When the light turned red, I slammed on the brakes. My hands were shaking uncontrollably, and tears kept flowing. The scene in my mind kept replaying. 2 years ago, when I got my prosthetic eye, I glimpsed that familiar but blurry gaze at the door of the operating room. I stood at the door, barely daring to recognize it. Jack Anderson had lost so much weight. His oversized hospital gown enveloped him, empty and hollow. He wore a cap, but the back of his head showed he was already bald. This was the Jack Anderson who used to be so confident. This was the man I had hated for so many years. My steps felt like they were weighed down with lead, each one slow and heavy. When he saw me, his pupils suddenly dilated, flashing a moment of shock and panic. He tried to cover the notebook on his lap but accidentally dropped it on the floor. He bent down to reach for it, but the pain made him flinch, and he stopped moving. I took 2 steps forward and picked it up, glancing at a line, and froze. It was his diary. September 1, 2023. I was diagnosed with brain cancer. I hid it from Lily Anderson and had my first surgery. She must have heard something. Rushed to see me. What a silly girl. How could I let her worry? October 3, 2023. The doctor said the post-surgery results weren't good, and my heart sank. Lily Anderson said she wanted to come celebrate my birthday with me, but I hesitated. I couldn't delay her. But she's so emotionally invested. If she knew the truth, she'd give up everything to help me. I can't be this selfish. My illness ruined her dream. October 10, 2023. Lily Anderson really came, and I saw the engagement ring she had secretly hidden. I cried. She wanted to propose, but how could I be her burden? When I said, "We've come too far. Let's just end it," I really wanted to slap myself. I'm sorry, Lily Anderson. Forget me. October 11, 2023. She said her father was ill and wanted to see me. She even knelt down. Lily Anderson. My Lily Anderson. How foolish are you? At that moment, I really wanted to rush over and hold you, but I couldn't. I could only say the most heartless, cruel words to make you leave me. October 18, 2023. She's still trying to find out about me, worried that I'm in trouble and that's why I left her, but I couldn't let her find out. Leah Adams suggested we could fake a marriage. I thought for a moment and agreed. It's so ironic. We had both been looking forward to getting married, but now I'm marrying someone else, even if it's fake. October 30, 2023. Leah Adams sent the wedding invitation to Shen's mom. I asked her why she did it. She said, without being extreme, Lily Anderson would never give up. I remained silent. November 1, 2023. I'm sorry, Lily Anderson. I didn't expect your mom to faint from shock. I didn't expect you to get in a car accident and lose an eye. When I saw you in the hospital, I was shocked and full of guilt. I'm sorry, Lily Anderson. Forget me in the next life. December 5, 2025. After 3 rounds of chemotherapy, the doctor said I only have a few days left. Finally, I can be free. Seeing her doing so well now, I'm at peace. She'll always be the moon that lights up herself and others, both complete and happy. The last page of writing was shaky and almost unreadable. Leah Adams. Please give this diary to Lily Anderson. After I'm gone, give it to her when she's successful. I still have selfish motives. I don't want her to always hate me. I want her to know there was once a person who deeply loved her and never changed, because she deserves it. I flipped through the pages, tears flooding down and soaking the pages. Every word, every sentence felt like a burning knife repeatedly cutting at my heart. It turned out that what I thought was betrayal, coldness, and infidelity had all been carefully designed by him, and his only wish in the end was to see me succeed, to watch me soar. Ah, I let out a heart-wrenching cry, collapsing onto his frail body, holding him tight. Jack Anderson, you liar, you bastard, how could you do this? I was incoherent, crying with a broken heart. All my hatred, at that moment, crumbled to dust. Jack Anderson's hand slowly lifted, gently placed on my hair, just like all those times before, tenderly stroking. His lips made the faintest sound. I leaned in to listen. Don't cry, Lily Anderson. I'm sorry. In the following days, I turned down all work, staying by his bedside without leaving. I cleaned his body, massaged his muscles, read him the news, though most of the time he was unconscious. I knew he could feel it. Outside the window, once again, the pink moon of a new year appeared. The pink moon was the beginning of our love, and now it was about to become its end. A crazy thought began to grow in my heart. I wanted to give him a conclusion that matched our love. I set up warm string lights in the hospital room, placed fresh flowers by the window. I changed his hospital gown and put him in the white shirt he wore on our first date. Though it now hung loosely, the hazy and dreamy moonlight gently poured into the room through the window, casting its glow on us. I helped Jack Anderson lean against me. After taking painkillers, his head lay weakly on my shoulder, his breathing light like a feather. I took out the engagement ring from 2 years ago, the silver ring, inlaid with a thin crescent moon. I took the men's ring and slowly kneeled down. Jack Anderson, will you marry me? Let me walk with you on your final journey, as your wife. Jack Anderson's body trembled slightly. He slowly turned his head, tears shining in his eyes. He opened his mouth, using all his strength to make a few blurred syllables. Silly girl. He slowly shook his head. His eyes held relief, satisfaction, and a touch of pleading. Pleading for me not to be bound by someone about to die, not to wear these invisible shackles. My tears immediately overflowed. I understood it all. This fool, in the end, was still thinking of me. Jack Anderson trembled and raised his hand, pointing to the bedside table. I opened it, and inside was a velvet box, containing a pink crystal ring, the round pink crystal, like a full moon, crystal clear. It was from the same collection as the pendant he gave me 7 years ago when he confessed. He took the pink crystal ring, his hand trembling violently, but he carefully and stubbornly slid it onto my ring finger. Birthday gift. It turned out, this was the birthday gift he had prepared before the surgery. Originally, he had also planned to propose, but the failed surgery and his worsening condition stopped him from going through with it. His lips moved again, gently, without sound, but I understood. It was, I'm sorry, I love you. His gaze gradually faded. Then, he slowly closed his eyes, a faint smile of relief on his lips. The heartbeat monitor's line flattened into a cold straight line. Beep. I knelt there, unmoving, not crying anymore, just quietly watching his peaceful face, as if he were just sleeping. I held his hand, looking at the pink moon on my ring finger. Good night, my love. From now on, you will hang high in the sky, forever in my heart.